the answer record of that at all with the MC Luscious, or was that just somebody else? So
Yeah, at the time when we made Boom Out Your Girlfriend, the dude at the record label, Dave Williams, was like, "Listen, man, this is hot. Boyfriend, the girlfriend thing is big." He said, "But imagine if we had a boyfriend record." He said, we do a girl version, it's gonna probably be bigger than if we do a boyfriend version, it'll be bigger than the girlfriend version." He said, well, "Can you write it?" So I said, "Yeah, I can write it." So I took the beat. All I did was flip the beat around a little bit. I went and wrote her some lyrics. And matter of fact, the dude that worked at the Art Institute, that was the engineer that recorded my first demo for Boom I Got Your Girlfriend, MC Luscious, was his cousin. So I was like, "Hey, do you know any girl rappers?" This dude was like, "Yeah, my cousin can rap." So I said, "Listen, we're gonna do an answer record to my record." So we went to the studio, and Dave Williams put up the money. He said, "I'm gonna shoot y'all a couple dollars for going in there." I wrote and produced. Well, I'm gonna say me and Wiz wrote and produced. The answer version of Boom At Your Boyfriend, and that record ended up blowing up. And sold 3 times as much as mine did. And even up till a couple years back, the Brat redid it on So Def. So that record had a lot of legs, and that thing really took off. And that record probably had a lot more success than the Boom I Got Your Girlfriend did.
now, was the Hot Records Brain Damage era like shortly after that?
Yeah, that's kind of after we had to fall out with Heat Wave and went on to Hot, and that and the DJ Last thing I started doing his stuff was about the same time.
At the same time? All right. So what Mami El Negro and that stuff?
Yeah.
Was that before Hot or after?
It was right about the same time.
Both go
Yeah.
whichever one you want to get into first. We'll
Right.
segue into that into those two.
So here I am. We got Boom Out Your Girlfriend out. We're touring all around the country. No, stop that. So here I am. We got Boom Out Your Girlfriend out. We're doing shows all around the country. California. We're going to every state. It's fun. We made more money in that year. I want to say the first year we made about $150,000 just doing shows. We ain't make no money off record sales. So that became a big problem. The record was on Atlantic Records. I'm thinking, man, I'm on Atlantic Records. I'm on the same record label as Phil Collins. I'm supposed to be a millionaire. What's the problem here? And the record label was saying, "Oh, well, we're not getting paid, and we got to pay for all these expenses." And I wasn't really understanding the music business at the time. I was just trying to make records. I didn't know nothing about publishing, nothing about royalties. I didn't really have a clue. I was just trying to go on what I thought friends were telling me. But at that time, we had a little disagreement with Atlantic Records and the independent label we were signed to. And being young, you do dumb things when you're young. So I went to a record label called Hot Productions, and they were known for putting out the Trim and Gucci Crew. The Trim had Cars That Go Boom, and Gucci Crew had Sally That Girl and big records there. And we went down there, and they said, "Well, hey, we know you got a big record. We know you're on Atlantic. We'd like to recut your record, but we want you to change your name of the group because there might be some kind of legal things in there we might get messed up on." So we changed the name of the group to the Boys from the Bottom. And I brought in another partner of mine that I went to high school with. I knew from back in the day, a dude named Tuggy Rock, Marcel Jeter. So we brought him in the group and became the Boys from the Bottom. So we recut the Boom I Got Your Girlfriend record underneath the Boys from the Bottom artist name, and Hot Productions put out a whole new album. So they put out the whole new album because at the time we only had the single out. So we started, the album started doing real well. Hot Productions was paying us. First record label that ever really cut us a check. I think they gave us about 15 to 20 G's for our first album. Back then that was a lot of money. Well, at least we thought it was. So I'm starting to produce more. I'm starting to write more. I'm starting to kind of phase out of the rapping thing, because I'm seeing there's more money in the production end of it and being a producer and all that stuff. And that's kind of how we got into producing DJ Laz. And Laz was the one who really was responsible for kicking off my career as far as a radio disc jockey. He took my first record and blew it up for me. And Laz used to have this one record he used to play in the mix all the time. It's an Latin artist named Wilfredo Vargas called Mami El Negro. So Wiz had a beat and he sampled the record up for me. He goes, "This is that record Laz always plays." So Wiz did the beat on the SB 1200. He says, "Hey, well, let's give it to Laz as kind of like a present, because we heard he was trying to do that record, and it wasn't really, you know, whoever he was producing it wasn't really sounding right. I don't think the way Laz liked it. So I told Laz, I said, hey, Wiz done made it, put it, you know, got it in the SP1200. Beat sounds good. Tell me what you think. When Laz heard it, he's like, yo, let's go in the studio. He said, I got a record company behind me. It's called Pandis Records. So he said, I said, what do you want me to do? He said, I want you to rap on the record. So Laz, you know, picked me up one day, took me to the studio, and I rapped on this record called Mami El Negro for him. And at the time, Laz was just the DJ. He was just scratching and doing the DJ stuff. I did all the lyrics for him back then. Matter of fact, on his first album, I think Laz rapped on one of the songs, and I know Breezy B rapped on the song. I did probably about 80% of the album rapping. So that was kind of like a gift to Laz, of saying, listen, you helped us out. You know, we wanted to, produce this record and kind of, give back, because, Laz, kicked off my career. If it wasn't for that dude, I don't know what. But that's how I got hooked up with DJ Laz. And at the same time, all this is evolving. We're doing the Boys from the Bottom thing. We're doing good. We're doing shows. We're going around the country making money, and we're doing our thing.